Okay guys, we are ready to keep going. I know some of you have completed your square already. This first videos were enough and you figured it out. The others are waiting. We are about 75% done. It's just a tiny square. So that makes us at row 16. My main color is white. This is the wrong side, which is still pretty cute, I think. Accent color, 2 back, chain 3. 3 back, 1 space, 2 space, 3, 1 front, 1 back. Hope you guys don't mind that it's quiet sometimes. 1 front, 1 back. I could put background music, but I don't know, it just seemed a bit distracting. I like to crochet in silence, and maybe you do too. One front, 1 back, 1 front, 1 back, 1 front, 1 back. And stitch. "17, accent color in back, already in the back. We already know that we can't change it unless we undo this, which I'm a perfectionist, so I would, but some of you, if you don't mind seeing it on the wrong side, then just keep going. Sometimes frogging is not worth it. Chain 3 and back, 3 back, 3. I'll tell you something funny. When I do 3 back, for example, my brain counts it as 3 1 space, 3 2 space, and then when I get to 3 3, the numbers match up, and I know that I'm done. It's not really, it's kind of confusing if you're listening to it, but in my brain it makes sense. So this is front, 3 front, 3 1 space, 3 2 space, 3 3, because I have a hard time holding that much information in my head. I need to remind myself every single stitch that I'm working up to 3. 1 back, 1 front, and back. Get that out of the way. Oops, I forgot to yarn over. I'm doing a double crochet here. The other project that I'm working on is a single crochet grafgan, so sometimes I mix up. My brain forgets to think. We are getting so close. This next row, if you're looking at the pattern, it says right side, accent color back, and it has a star because we're used to keeping that accent color on the front to make that line. But this is our almost last row. So in order to lock the corners in, we put it to the back this time. Everything else is the same though. Chain 3, 3 in the front, 1, 2, 3, 2 back. Oops, get it under both. 1, 2, 1 front, 1 back, 1 front, 1 back, 2 front, and stitch, Drink. So this is our last accent color row. And in order to get that nice crisp line at the top, they're just all in the back. So chain 3 in back, of course, 1, 2, 3. Before I put that star on, this is where I'd always be like, ah, shoot, because I go to chain 3 in back and I had forgotten, I didn't look at that part of the pattern. You just get used to ignoring it because it says the same thing every time, right? So I put a star to remind myself. Now 8 in the back, 1, 8, 2. Oops, I'm not even on the camera here. I don't know, I'll have to look, maybe I'll have to redo these rows. I'll have to see. If it doesn't show you enough, I'll redo the video. If it shows you enough, I might not, even if it's kind of wonky. I don't get a lot of video time. It has to be all my children are either quiet or sleeping. I'll also have to check. My oldest is watching a show on the TV, so if you can hear it, then I'll have to redo the video. But I am using my headphones so that the tiny little microphone is what's picking up my sound, and hopefully it's only picking up my voice and not the household noises. Because I have a very professional studio here at my kitchen table. Maybe I'll send you a picture of my super awesome setup, and back. There we go. So I actually sometimes will cut it here because it makes me feel like I'm getting farther. But for the video, I'm just going to cut them at the same time when I'm actually done. All right. So these, it doesn't really matter which side you hold them on because they're going to be cut. They don't really belong anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 9 in the front. So this is also, they're all the same because we're getting that nice crisp line. I want everything to be straight. I don't really need to count on the last row because it's just all the way across. And it could be different for other designers. If they want their edges to match all the way around, they probably have a different way of doing this. So pay attention to your pattern if you're working from a different designer. If you're working from my patterns, then all of the last rows should be like this. I think I only have one pattern called the maze that has a slightly different foundation, and this last 2 rows have one that's not in the front or the back with the rest because the maze goes in and out of that pattern. There we go. And side. Ta-da! Now I'm going to pause it here and check my video. I'm not going to cut it in case I have to frog it.